Hey guys, Jason Soares from DaBestBulls. I'm the owner of DaBestBulls, and I'm here to show you guys how we do our food. Food for anything is extremely important, especially for the Bulldogs because they are an allergenic kind of dog. And I'd like to say about 90% of the time when someone comes to me with like a food allergy or like an allergy kind of problem, their dog has hives or something of that nature, it's a food thing, all right? And so there's no exact best way to do the food, but there's just a lot of good ways. And this is the way that's worked really well for me over the years. And I have my rules and my do's and don'ts, and they all have a rational explanation to them. So if I don't answer it, you can ask below in the questions. This is Boba right here. It's the Escobar daughter. She's gonna be with us through the video. So let's get to the food part. So with the food, we use a combination of a couple things. We use Acana grasslands, okay, Acana grasslands, Acana duck and pear, Acana grasslands, and Vetri fish. Now, I also use Orijen 6 fish. We're out of stock on that. All the brands I use are pretty expensive. The Acana duck, Acana grasslands is an expensive type of food. The Vetri is a less expensive. All these are good. I stay away from all beef and chicken products. They're the most genetically modified, and especially the chicken and beef. Usually in dog food, you're getting all the bad parts of the chicken and beef, and then the bad quality ones. So that's what you're getting when you get the low quality food, and you get the chicken and beef stuff, which I stay away from. Like I said, it's more genetically modified. So I like everything that's not, and I particularly like to be a high fish diet. If you guys see, we have the kennels. It's not set up. We're under construction, and the dogs are going crazy. This is not how we normally house them, but just right now, for construction purposes, we have them in the cages with the flat bottoms. And soon we'll have the kennels, the DaBestBulls ranch totally done up. The dogs will be living amazing. But right now we're not. So this is the foods I use. I'll post them down below. We have 3 different foods that we mix. And if you look right here, I have all 3 different foods. And then I mix them on a 1-to-1 ratio in a bucket. So with the food, put her down. Let's see if Boba will stay. Hey Boba. I love this little girl. So I also do supplements, and I have a glyco flex. It's by Vetri Science, and it's a classic 600 milligrams. I'll post it as well. This is for the joints, and it's a natural vitamin. Like if you look at the ingredients, it's alfalfa, brewer's yeast, the calcium phosphate. It has like 6 ingredients, so it's real good. And I also do a multivitamin, a Vetri Science multivitamin, which is a base multivitamin, and this is what we do. We don't do too much of it because I like to try to keep it pretty clean. And then the food we do, like I said before, is a very high protein based food. And using the foods I've had, I don't have any outbreaks. I've done raw, I've done different types of food, and I've seen outbreaks like hives and stuff, like in Escobar or Mr. President. I've seen them have outbreaks. But with the mix that I have going on now, with the Acana grasslands, Acana pear, and the Vetri fish, or the Orijen 6 fish, which is extremely expensive by the way, I've never had outbreaks. My dogs stay great coats, everything amazing. So we mix them in here. I normally do a 1-to-1 ratio of Acana or Orijen to the Vetri. The Vetri is a little cheaper, normally like about $50 for a 40-pound bag, versus the Acana or the Orijen is anywhere from $80 or $110 for a 25-pound bag. So just to supplement, try to bring down the cost, I usually for every scoop of non-Vetri, I put 1 scoop of Vetri. So then, and I mix it up here. And then here. So this is, I'll have this mix like done before and this one. And this is gonna the food we give is a very high-end and expensive food, but it's worth it because the dogs do really well on it, and they like it a lot. So, so anyhow, I'll take it, I'll mix it around, and then now we'll do the food mix. So the last thing we do in the mix, look at baby Leah is not happy about it. Baby, it's okay, calm down. And you see we have all the dogs here, we have Kilo, Fury, everyone's in their cages right now. Again, this is not something we normally do. Yeah, it's okay, baby. So then the last thing we use, and again, I always stay away from the chicken and the beef, is I use American Journey, limited ingredients, duck and sweet potato, and I try to stay pretty clean and away from all the stuff I told you. And on top of that, when I look at dog ingredients, okay, or when I look at food, I look at the ingredients, and I like the first 3, minimum 4 to be of protein base. And I stay away from all byproducts. If it says chicken byproduct or duck byproduct, it's very bad. You don't do anything byproduct. And if you guys have any questions, just ask down below, and I'll try to answer everything. I'm sure I'll miss stuff. Now, for the food, I go in here, which is I already have my mix. So the rule of thumb with dogs is it's 1/3 cup of food per day per 10 pounds. So, for example, if a dog weighs 30 pounds, that dog should be eating about a cup of food a day. That's 3 1/3, 30 pounds. So, but it's all relative to the type of dog, the activity. If it's a young dog, obviously he's gonna need more as they're growing. But it's just common sense. You see the dog a little bit overweight, give it a little bit less. See a little bit underweight, give it a little bit more. Because I like to try to keep my dogs at a healthy weight. I don't like them fat. That's not healthy. And obviously, I don't like them skinny. So we'll mix the food into here. Okay, I know how many cups I need because I know how many dogs I have. We have a lot. 7. I need 13 cups. Okay, so once I put in a bucket, and now of course if you don't, sorry Boba, if you don't have that many dogs, you don't need that. So now with the pills, sometimes dogs are hard eating pills. So what I do with the pills is I mash them up in a emulsifier, okay, and then it makes guys mix in, and it makes it very good. So I mix as many pills as I need. I'll show you guys. And then, if you guys just come over, if you look at this, I take it, so it's already mashed up, and then I sprinkle it over the food. And I'm gonna mix it better. And a little shortly, I'm gonna mix the rest I need. So I do the vitamins. So the vitamins I only do in the morning. They don't need it twice a day. So I really do the main mix in the morning, and then at night they get a very simple, just dry food on most of the dogs. Some dogs get some wet food mixed in, but that's because they're very picky and they don't like to eat well. So certain dogs, you have to sort of force feed by enticing them with like good tasting food because they just don't want to eat that much. And I like to keep their weight up. It's important to keep the dog's weight up to a healthy weight, not overweight like I said, because 1, it's just they should be at a healthy weight. 2, if they are a little bit on the underweight side, if they ever do get sick, God forbid they do get sick, now they have less weight, and now when they get sick, the dog doesn't eat as much, and now it's even more of a problem because now they're losing weight and they're underweight and they get even more underweight. So I like to keep them at the weight they should be, or maybe even like a pound over, just for like a little leeway, just in case the dog ever got sick. It has the fat reserves and stuff. We don't really have many sick dogs, honestly. Really cautious. So I ground it up, I put it in there. Now I take the wet food. So the wet food, I'll break it up and then put it in there. And then I even mix a little bit of water. 1 second. Watch Bova. Hey, Bova, baby. So then I'll even mix like a little bit of water in there. It makes a lot better. Hey, babe. And then he's hungry. And then we'll dump it all in there. And this is one whole can. I mix the wet food just to get a nice consistency, so the dogs get like it tastes good for them, you know? And then it's just added nutrition, added protein. Now, I know some people like to give the dogs raw. I never had good success raw. I've had dogs break out. In my opinion, with English Bulldogs, they're not little wolves. You know, they're almost the furthest dog from the wolf. So they do have to be fed differently. You know, I know that thought process goes into that, but it's different. So I take my wooden spoon and I mix this up. And then I just divide it out. It's easier for me to do it that way. And I mix it up. And that's our food. We don't do anything else. I will use a little bit of oxy studs for the males sometimes. Just sort of just start doing that. And then I mix it up nice and good. So all the dogs have their vitamins, their healthy food, it tastes good with the wet food mixed in, and I really have super good success with this as far as the health of the dogs, as far as the dogs liking the food. So the only downside to my mix is a little expensive, but in my opinion, I mean, you shouldn't have these dogs if you can't really, you know, afford the kind of food that they need, you know? If you have a cheaper food and it works great for them, that's fine, but the biggest thing when you're doing food is you have to pay attention to the ingredients and make sure it's not a filler food, like filled with a bunch of, you know, rice or byproduct or any of those kind of things, you know? So you just want to use common sense when you look at the ingredients, and the first 3-4 should be a protein base for the food and the ingredients of the food. If you guys have any questions, I'm sure you do, ask below. I mean, I can make more videos on how to answer these questions. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned, watch The Best Bulls. The ranch is up and coming. We're doing construction every day, and in about a month or two, the whole place is going to be done, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to be I'd like to say, probably the best dog facility in the country, if not in the world. All right, so behind the scenes, Boba knocked this thing over after we're done. Leah's been screaming the whole time. All right, the Best Bulls baby. She is not happy, but now, of course, she's quiet as can be, and the dogs are pretty quiet. So, I mean, this business is not easy. It is hard, but it's definitely worth it. Boba, you better say sorry. She's good though. It's my fault, honestly. But yeah, this is behind the scenes. This is what we're getting to work now. Now we gotta clean, we gotta do all the stuff that people don't see. We gotta take care of our dogs, but we love this game.